Let's talk about Jupiter voting. This is the Genesis vote. It's super important. I'm very bullish. And if you get involved, you get incentivized. Now, before we go any further, my name is Seb Monty. Many of you will know me. If not, welcome. And I am not artificial intelligence. I am real. You can tell by looking at my hands and the fact that they're not generated strangely. Plus, anyone that's actually asking in comments, it's kind of funny. I'm definitely not AI. I don't know how people keep on asking this. It's kind of strange. Anyway, on to JUP. So, all the information's out there, but there's a decent amount of information, a huge amount. So you can start off with this tweet if you like, but my suggestion is go and subscribe to this channel. It will be linked below. This is JUP's, or the JUP ecosystem's actual YouTube channel. And just full disclosure, I am doing some of the edits for this channel. With this one here, watch this one here because you're going to get an overview of what are the projects that you can actually vote for in 6 minutes and 30 seconds. You can have a look at this yourself, but you can basically see Kimosabe. He's just talking about all the 6 projects and it gives you a little bit of information to start off with. From there, you've got the research doc. So you basically have 6 candidates: Uprock, Banks, Sourceful, Sharky, Zeus Network, and Monkey Dex. And I actually don't want to tell you about these. You can do your own research just by clicking on the links. It's very simple. To really vote for the one that you actually really like, then it's going to take you a little bit of time, probably at least an hour of research, at least. You can do it faster or you can take more time if you like. Each project has an AMA recording and quite often these are over 1 hour and they're all on the YouTube. But also every single one has a YouTube interview, and this is between Cash and the founder of the project. These are only a couple of minutes and give a nice little TLDR. Of course, it's also important to have a look at the tokenomics, and it's not a bad idea to click on the introduction. Go through the intro, and then you can just get a good idea of what project really has a strength. Now let's have a look at the JUP price. Now, nothing I say will be financial advice, but it's come up very quickly, so it's looking quite good. Now, I had a short position on JUP only as a hedge. I've mentioned this in my video on hedging. You can watch that if you like. So basically, I held my JUP and I put a short position on just so it retained value. I was going to close it around 55 cents and I just got too busy with content, and so I've closed it now. I have no short position on JUP whatsoever. The only reason why I put a short position on JUP was because I thought there'd be more information coming out on the launchpad sooner. I completely understand that there's a huge amount of work and it did take time. So I was fine with that, but I did think the market would push down the price of JUP, and it did. Now that voting is actually going to take place for the launchpad, I'm seeing a lot more positivity go towards JUP, and I'm absolutely certain that JUP will be the biggest DeFi dApp by far, and the JUP DAO will be the biggest in crypto. Anyway, let's just start at jup.ag, and I'm just going to grab, I don't have a lot in this tutorial wallet, but we'll just take a little bit of Jito Sol, and we'll just go and grab some JUP, just so I can show you how to do kind of the basics. We'll just grab 22 JUP, swap there, swap. If you notice this is happening quite a bit, then sometimes what you need to do is just change your priority. Maybe you need to change it to a higher amount. I'm going to change it to turbo and we'll try again. Okay, confirm. Just as a side note, the reason why quite often your JUP transactions will fail, it's just because there's a lot of information going through that transaction and there's a lot more people using the Solana blockchain these days. It is not a simple transaction, hence why I add priority fees. So now we've got our JUP and we can just go to vote now. This takes us to vote.jup.ag. You can see I've already got 200 staked in this actual wallet. Staking JUP does not accrue any rewards, but more on that later. Here we've got 22. I'm just going to add it all and stake it and confirm. And now we'll go down and we'll actually vote. The first one down here, this was a test one, but this is the actual one, round 1 of LFG voting. So this started less than 12 hours ago and it ends on the 10th of March. It's a 72-hour vote. This is also going to be a little bit of a spoiler alert because you cannot see who's been voted for, but I'm just going to go and vote anyway. And keep in mind, you can only vote once per wallet. So for this wallet, I'm going to vote for Uprock, but do not let me kind of guide your judgment. Do your own research and we'll confirm the transaction. And that vote was successful, and now we can see the current results. Zeus and Sharky, they're doing very well. Now at present, all of these votes, these are all completely organic, meaning there's no bribing mechanism. I'll talk about bribing in the future, but basically there will be some way, I think, for a project to essentially say, hey, whales, come and vote for us and we'll give you extra rewards. Whether or not the DAO likes it, that will eventually happen. And everything in crypto does have a monetary aspect to it. Anyway, So after we've voted, we can go and change our vote, and we can change our vote like that. And remember, if you like a couple of these projects, all you need to do is just have a little bit of JUP in different wallets. So maybe you want to vote for Banks and MonkeyDex. Maybe you've got 1,000 in each wallet, then just go Banks and MonkeyDex. Now let's talk about the incentives. Firstly, there's no way to do a Sybil attack on this as per Soju. Now Soju's from the JUP team. Now a Sybil attack is traditionally when there's a couple of computers that go and infect more computers and they attack a website or they do something like that, and it makes it look like there's a whole lot more traffic. It's basically bots on a network. A Sybil attack in crypto is normally when someone goes with say 50 wallets, or it could be 5 wallets or 10 wallets, but generally a large number of wallets. And they may do minimum transactions to try and get the minimum allocation. With the thesis being, if you do the minimum transactions with 50 wallets, that will give you more rewards than a lot of transactions with just 1 or 2 wallets. Anyway, to find out more about the voting rewards, you can watch this section here. It's all timestamped of this short video. This is from the planetary call on Wednesday. But the summary is, rewards are proportionate to the amount you've actually got staked. So if I stake 1,000 JUP and someone stakes 1 million JUP, as long as we're both voting, that person with the 1 million JUP will get 1,000 times what I get. So no one is being penalized, and if someone's more of a whale, then good on them. They clearly have conviction in JUP. Now let's just quickly go back to governance. If you're providing liquidity for JUP, say JUP and Jito Sol, then you cannot do anything with governance. That's completely different. That's DeFi and it doesn't relate to governance. Also, if you want to unstake, it takes 30 days. Even when it's unstaking, you will still be able to vote, just your voting power will decrease. So at day 15, you'll have 50% of your voting power. Regarding the voting rewards, all the details are not perfectly there, but we know there's 100 million JUP available. This is for 6 months, and 75% of the launchpad fees will also be going to incentivize voters. So if you've got JUP just sitting in a wallet and it's not been staked or it's not in DeFi farming, if you are long-term bullish on JUP, in my opinion, you should definitely be staking it and locking it. Of course, it's not financial advice, but it just makes a lot of logical sense. You also need to vote as well though, but I'll keep you updated on all the voting proposals. And if you want to really get into it, join the discussion just here. You can go and sign up, create an account, and get amongst those people that are putting in the research. Also, in my opinion, there's not really any downside to not actually locking up your JUP. If the price explodes and you want to sell it, yes, it will take 30 days to unstake. But let's say this price goes to $2 really quickly. You do have the ability to put a hedge on if you want. And you can see my video on Drift on how to hedge. So your actionables are very simple. Go and vote with your JUP. Also, check your wallets and see if they're eligible to actually claim JUP. If you have Phantom Wallet, it will tell you if you've got JUP to claim. So just click on this link, the wallet's connected, scroll on down, claim JUP, and then confirm, just like that. And then you can move it into 1 or 2 wallets. Or if you want, you can go and vote with 10 different wallets. I've got JUP in about 40 different wallets, so I do need to organize that better. The other important thing is make sure you're subscribed to the JUP ecosystem YouTube. This will have all the information in the future. It will grow very, very fast. And when I mention JUP in the future, I'll give you a little bit of information, but if you want more, you'll have to go here. Just because when it relates to JUP stuff, this information is better than what I can explain quickly. Anyway, happy voting, stay curious, and we'll catch you in the next video.